So, hello everybody, this is Con. Today I'm reviewing the cheapest new car, well, in a way the cheapest new car that you can buy in Malaysia, the Perodua Axia. Okay, as we all know, the Axia was introduced in 2014, and in 2017, the same year that Perodua introduced the all-new Myvi, they also facelifted the Axia earlier in that year. So the version I'm driving is the 1.0 Advanced, the top spec model. This goes for 42,000 ringgit. It's a big step up because the base model, the 1.0 standard manual, comes in at 24,000 ringgit, the cheapest new car that you can buy in the market. But that is a very base spec car that, you know, unlikely to appeal to most private buyers. In fact, somebody in Perodua once said to me before, that car is what they call the Sekolah Memandu spec, okay? Because that is really catered for the for the driving schools. This advanced model, the SE model, this would be closer to what most consumers would buy when they shop for an Axia. Okay, the advanced spec here comes standard with automatic transmission. Everything below, you have the option of manual or automatic. Okay, so without further ado, let's step outside for a quick walk around. So, alright, so exterior of the Axia. Okay, this car comes standard halogen headlights with projectors. This is the new bumper and grille as introduced in the 2016 facelift. Okay, so there's chrome surroundings here. Oh, check this out. This is like fake carbon fiber finish surfacing. Not bad, not bad. Okay, yep, dark matte grey finish, alloy wheels, side skirting. Okay, keyless entry. So with this keyless entry, press once to unlock the driver door, press a second time to unlock the remaining 4 doors. Well, this keyhole is a bit from the reminds us from the 80s, but well, this is a budget car, so can't complain much. A subtle spoiler. Okay. Tail lights, clear lens tail lights with LED illumination. So there's also a keyless transponder here at the back, which you can unlock the entire car and open the boot. Okay, so well, for the size of car, this is a decently sized boot. You can put maybe like a weekend suitcase, weekend travel bag, or your groceries, or a compact stroller. Okay, the seat backs fold. There's no split folding. You have to fold the whole seat down. Okay. But voila, there's no one arm motion, so you need 2 hands to fold it down. Okay, here you get a 14-inch full-size spare tire. Right. So just drop the seats, and you noticed it's not a seamless floor, so you can put long objects, but expect them to move around a bit lah. Okay, but check out the rear section of the cabin. This is spacious. Door pocket. Well, you can drop your phone here. There's a speaker here. Here at the back, well, I've got decent amounts of headroom. Leg room too is not bad. The seat cushion actually rises at a decent angle, so I've got pretty okay support, definitely more than what I would expect from this size and price range. And check this out, you got ISOFIX mounts, but the ISOFIX mounts are buried quite deep inside. It's buried quite deep inside. And well, there are two seat pockets, shopping hooks. Okay, so this is a Malaysian invention. This is now available in the Myvi as well and the Beza. So there's this little button here. You pull this, pull it up. You can hang your whatever back here. latch this down, and it's held secure here. It's rated for a maximum 3 kilograms, so you can hang a pretty heavy bag here, no issues. Yeah, of course, space is limited here. Don't expect anything fancy. So there's just one like small cup holder here lah. So yeah, a functional, if unspectacular, rear section of the cabin. So let's go to the front. Okay, so let's look at the door pockets. Here's a decent length door pocket. Okay, and here's a look at the cabin. Start stop button, front parking sensors, and that's it. This is a decently sized drawer. It's good enough to fit a smart tag. Quality is a bit loose fitting, but hey, look, it feels solid lah. The plastic at least feels solid. Inside, got steering mounted controls. It's a very simple instrument cluster. Let me start the engine. Damn hot. Okay. Okay, so if this one being top spec, you got a touch screen. It's a very simple touch screen. Aircon controls, single zone manual aircon controls. Okay, off that. Single zone aircon controls. Oh, here's a transmission gear lever, and well, here's the 12-volt socket. I'm not sure what this is for, because I sure as hell can't put my phone here. Maybe this is just for you to slot the parking ticket, but it is, in my opinion, a rather, well, not very useful compartment. 2 cup holders. This space here also, in my opinion, feels wasted. It could have been used for, you know, more storage space. Okay. So this part here, this looks like feels like a storage tray, but in reality you can't store much. Maybe you can dump your keys in here, I guess. Okay. And yeah, so relatively simple. The plastics here all feel of a functional grade. There's a bit of hollowness as you knock the various bits, but the fit and finish actually is not bad for the budget. You see the panels align quite consistently. Okay, of course, you know, you do find some sharp edges here and there. That's to be expected lah of this segment. Okay, and the instrument cluster, decent clarity. This tachometer is obviously not given, you know, a lot of emphasis. There's a trip computer here, which you can use this button to change the various display modes lah. Okay, you got the digital fuel gauge here. So overall, for a car this size, the cabin feels quite spacious. If you seat 4 people inside here, they're not going to complain. This is a cramped interior, but quality is also pretty decent for the budget. At least, you know, you don't find the car to be built very brittly. I mean, the grades of plastic, obviously we know it's a budget grade of plastic lah, but things feel quite solid. And as I drive this car about, right, there are no rattling panels anywhere. So it is functional, it is unspectacular, but yeah, the simplest way to say is it gets the job done without fuss lah. So the Axia is powered by a 1-litre 3-cylinder engine with dual VVTi port fuel injection mated to it. The automatic version comes with a 4-speed transmission. So mechanically this car is very, very simple, but this is a budget car, so simplicity is not only expected, it may even be a requirement. Because you see, the thing is that, right, at this price range, it's important not just to be affordable to buy, it is just as important that a car is also affordable to maintain. So some may say, oh, there are a lot of comments that say, hey, look, you know, 4-speed automatic transmission is old and yada yada, but you see, at this price range, right, a 4-speed automatic gearbox also happens to be the most affordable automatic transmission that you can maintain. You can't go down to a 3-speeder. Some people hate the feeling of a CVT. DCTs, 5-speed auto, 6-speed auto, all these out of the question altogether. So if you want to think further long term, you know, in terms of, you know, the overall cost effectiveness of a solution, a 4-speed auto is the way to go, still is the way to go in this price range. Of course, you have to sacrifice some niceties lah, okay? It is definitely, you know, amongst, even when you take in the context of a small car, it is not the nicest car around to drive. The engine feels rather coarse. It is, you know, when you rev it hard, the sound, it overwhelms the ambient noise around the cabin. And the transmission, when let's say when you're climbing up slopes, the transmission does have a tendency to hunt for gears. But if you are commuting just within a housing estate, or if you are driving around the city, the urban blocks, this is pretty okay. It doesn't win you to traffic lights drag race, but it gets you places, and it doesn't feel terribly overwhelmed by the car's weight. But that being said, you really can feel like when you're climbing a slope, the engine and transmission really struggles to put in a bit of a shift. Yeah, but nothing that you're not mentally prepared for, you know, when you're already paying just this much in this price range. The handling of this car actually is, for a car this size, it is actually surprisingly competent. It's quite nippy. The steering is surprisingly weighty. That is why if you watched our earlier, well, Perodua threesome video, the video that we made when me, Beng, Kang Fu and Jameson went to collect these cars in Rawang, one of Beng's first observations was that this car feels heavier, and that is because Perodua dialed down the steering assist a little, so it gives the steering a bit of a weighty feel. And it is a plus and minus to it, because it gives you a bit more confidence, a bit more assurance at high speeds. But the flip side is that the car can feel a little heavy when you're cruising along at low speeds. So it is a give and take situation, and in my opinion, as much as I enjoy the extra assuredness at high speeds, I think if I were given a choice, I would have chosen a slightly lighter steering setup, you know, so that it is more, the car feels less heavy when, you know, navigating tight spaces. The suspension comfort levels is also surprisingly good. I mean, when I'm taking on, let's say right now I'm rolling over some, you know, all those manhole covers and all that, the suspension actually soaks up the unevenness of the surface pretty well. The primary ride of this car is surprisingly good. But the other aspect of it is refinement levels is actually quite poor. And you know, first of all, there is the engine, the coarse sounding engine, and secondly, there is not much in the way of insulation. So when you're cruising at highway speeds, don't talk about 100 plus, let's talk about 80, 90, you feel there's a lot of noise coming in from all over from, you know, all around, wind noise, tire noise, all sorts of noise coming into the cabin. So I would say that this can be a very tiring car if you are going to drive outstation. But within the commute, you know, the confines of a city, it's fine. And I think Perodua did very, very well with focusing, giving it added emphasis on comfort. I think there's something that, you know, on our roads, okay, with all the potholes, with all the suddenly here patch of road, there patch of road, that is something I think most commuters, most buyers of this car would really, really appreciate. So final thoughts of the Axia. I think it's an okay car. It's if you are looking for a cheap, no frills, no headache car to just get from point A to point B, very near point A to point B, I would recommend this car for outstation use. Then okay lah, can consider lah. But for my money, I will look a bit further down the range, because 40,000 ringgit for a car this size and at this level of refinement, it's a bit too much. So I would look at maybe the 30 over 1,000 ringgit variants, settle for a bit less equipment. Yeah, because the level of refinement that this car offers doesn't justify a 40,000 ringgit price tag. But the lower variants to me are okay. Yeah. Okay, so that concludes my thoughts on the Perodua Axia. To recap, this week the Horizon team is testing the Maya 1.3, the Axia and the Beza. So these three cars will be cycling amongst us team members. We'll be trying our best to produce videos for each of these three cars, each of us. I've done the Maya 1.3, now I'm doing the Axia. Next I'll be going to review the Beza. Okay, stay tuned for that, and drop me a line in the comment section below. Do watch out also for Bing, Bobby and Kamfu's videos of these three cars as well. Okay, so until our next video, thanks for watching. Bye for now.